Yesterday, the governor announced budget cuts totaling $375 million.
And 22 News State House reporter Ellen Fleming explains if residents in Western Massachusetts will be affected.
We are halfway through the fiscal year and the state continues to fall below revenue benchmarks. This led to the announcement yesterday from the administration that budget cuts are necessary. So far this fiscal year, the state has collected $769 million less in revenue than what was expected. The $56 billion budget this year included record spending. Now, tax revenue has not gone down. It just has increased only slightly since a year ago. However, the limited growth has not stacked up against the budget. Now, the state will be slashing $375 million from the budget. However, they do expect a $1 billion shortfall by the end of the fiscal year. They plan to make up the difference with $625 million in non-tax revenue.
We did see a drop in revenue, particularly, as we closed the year, and that's why it was fiscally responsible and appropriate for us to do an assessment and make certain reductions for purposes of rebalancing the budget. That's what we did with the $375 million in reductions announced the other day.
The largest reduction will be to Mass Health with a gross cut of $294 million. However, no resident in Western Massachusetts will lose their eligibility. Less than $20 million in cuts are going to local earmarks, with almost all of those cuts being 50% reductions. That way, no one loses all of their funding. The administration also made it clear that there will be no cuts to municipalities or to education. They also do not anticipate any layoffs or any further cuts this fiscal year. Working for you at the State House in Boston, Ellen Fleming, 22 News.